got enough signatures by now, surely. Maybe he's just wearing it to wind everybody else up.
Row 2, is there only 2 bikes on the
There's
grid?
only 2 bikes in the row. We're missing.
I know James Nudge did have a few issues with the bike earlier on.
Okay, looks like we're missing him then, so that's one less to worry about. Well, nobody's going to miss the lights going out here, that's for sure. Away we go then. Who's going to get the jump? Looks like Ronnie Harris means business this time. He's going to get the jump. It's going to be him and Del Dowds going side by side into the first corner for the first time. Into Redgate we go. Dowds down the inside. Bill Harris is looking for an outside pass. Can't do it. It's going to be Ronnie there in second. I think Bill in third. A little bit hard to say. We are running out of light here very rapidly. This is literally, if this wasn't the last race, we would not have enough daylight to get the next race out of the way, would we, Bradley? We really would be struggling.
Getting a little bit hard up there, isn't it? But watching as we go through the old hairpin there, number 22 of Del Dowds, that to me looks like he is the man leading the way.
Well, it's best we can tell from this distance. It's hard enough to tell the bikes from this distance on a good day. This is most definitely not a good day, as the timing screen tells us that number 22 Dowds does indeed move into the lead at Coppers there. So he's going to come down the straight. He's going to be slipstreamed by the Harris brothers, no doubt. Steve Costin was the sharp end of the grid as well. Be interested to see what Steve can do. And I'd say the other one I think I might watch out for on this race is Mitch Ducran. Mitch had problems last time. He must have, because Mitch doesn't normally go that slowly. Former race winner, of course. Here we go. The Dowds is in very much a second place there, because his brightly coloured Sublime Design machine is definitely showing its colours as Bill Harris looks to take another gold medal ahead of Del Dowds, Ronnie Harris, Jack Bennett, Steve Costin, Mitch Ducran makes up a place on Will Howard there, who goes back one obviously. Then it's Wright, Lilly, Egerton, Priestley, Cook, Chris, Burnley, Lindsay, May, Johnson, Jarman, Parsons, Wilkinson, Durant, Richards and Ellis. Taylor doesn't come across the line, unfortunately, so no points for him in this particular race. Bill Harris clearly knows his way around Donington. Not quite sure why the youngsters suddenly found so much form here, but good on him at the end of the day. Waiting for him to come back into roughly our view, and we can see Dowds, the lighter colour of the machines in the middle there, going up to McLean's, and he's not giving up on this one. He wants another gold medal in his collection, because let's not forget, Dell's only won one race all year. It's hard to imagine that a man who's been at the very sharp end every single race, and he's picked up a dozen literally of second places, but the wins have slightly eluded him, as we see Steve Costin tick the timing beam out the back there with the purple. So Steve Costin definitely not giving up on getting onto the podium, and Steve, the podiums might have been a little bit short for Steve so far this year as well. Yeah, he's had a second and a third, so certainly hasn't had a top spot, and the leaders come back across the line. Once again, that is still Bill Harris leading. Last time he was 0.3 of a second to the good. This time it's 0.3 of a second as well, and Steve Costin does indeed pick up the fastest lap of the race, a 16.5 second lap there. Covering the top 4 bikes, it is just 1 second, because Costin has moved past Jack Betters there. So he's making up a place. Everybody else stays where they are. Cook and Chris were arguing over the minor placings in the rookie Minitwins way back in the midfield there. But out in front it is Harris Bill, who is trying to extend the lead there. He goes to 16.892. Behind him the other guys are into the 16.9s until we get to Costin with that 16.850. So all very close stuff indeed. Let's see if anybody can crack the magic 15 bracket as the leaders make their way up towards McLean's once again. And yeah, looks like Bill's got a little bit of an advantage, doesn't it?
I think Ronnie Harris is just trying to get through on Del Dowds here. He seems a little bit impatient now, for my money, as they go around Coppers and onto the back straight now. And we can see in the sector times there, it is Bill Harris, as you said there, Keith, who pulls out another 1/10 of a second over Del Dowds. That is around about half a second advantage now for your race leader over Del Dowds. Then it's Ronnie Harris, number 660, right there in third place, as they now hit the braking zone in towards the rubber chicane, through the right, back to the left, and it is still as you were inside the top 3. Steve Costin doing a good job of keeping Jack Bettis, Will Howard and Mitch Ducran at bay, as Howard finds his way through on Mitch on that lap.
Nothing between them, and Harris is the fastest man on the circuit there with a 16.798, so it takes a few thousandths of a second away from his previous best time, as it's Del Dowds there who's quickest in sector 2 there, so he's trying desperately to hang on to the slipstream, trying to move up that one place to learn another elusive gold medal. Will House goes past on Mitch Ducran, so Mitch not hooking up. Maybe he's just not getting on with the circuit at all, because his best is a 17.2, which is in relative terms is slow. It's half a second slower than where you expect Mitch to be there with the Harrises and Dowds really in the sort of high 16 type time. Wait and see if he can improve on that. It's certainly a very close battle for those minor placings. There's Bettis, Howard, Ducran and Wright separated by fractions of a second, certainly less than a second, covering all the guys, as we see Jack Bettis now go purple sector 1, but we also see greens from the top 3 as well. So everybody is pushing on as hard as they possibly can. In fact, it's Steve Costin, who did get a purple earlier, who's the only one who doesn't do better than his previous best. Leaders now into Robert Chicane. Once again, they're going to come across the line. There's only 4 laps left in this race. Over they come. Let's have a quick look. Do we see any challenges there? I tell you what, that battle for second is closer. Jack Bennett's has definitely got a bit closer this time. He's into the 15s. Jack hits the 15s. First one to do so. 15.9. He's got the bike of Harris well within his sights. So that could well be a challenge. He goes past on Steve Costin, so maybe Steve was holding him up a little bit. And again, Steve is another one, drops into the 17s. There we see House Ducran also into the 17s. Hot pace at the front is the high 16, 16.7, 16.6, or 15.9 if your name is Jack Benner. So that's a perfect lap, the double purple there for him as well. Rookie Mini Twins, apart from House, we've got Cook, Fernley, Crisp and Mays. Now, Josh Crisp actually having a relatively poor race for him. He's used to finishing second or third, but all of a sudden he's relegated to fourth, but he's only a couple of tenths away from the action, so we'll wait and see if there's going to be a change there at some point, as the leaders are getting harder and harder to see up there, aren't they, Bradley?
Yeah, I'm squinting now.
I can see somebody's rain light on there, because it sticks out quite a bit there. But apart from the odd rain light, it's getting very hard to tell who's doing what to whom. We'll have to rely on the screen, which tells us that they're coming back into the chicane once again. And I tell you what, Dell just makes a little bit of a mistake on the chicane now. I was going to say he was right up with the leader there, but he has a little bit of a wobble, and that might allow Ronnie Harris through. Has a bit of a look. He's not going to do it. Where are we? Lap 5 across the line. Yeah, we really would not get another race going here, would we? We are running out of light. Basically, we run out of light when you can't see one flag post to the next. That is the ACU rule, and the same applies to fog, rain, whereas we don't have the circuit lights here, because the 24 hours of Donington, I don't think it's ever actually happened yet, has it?
Not that I'm aware of.
No, 24 hours of Snetterton has. Yeah, cars though, not bikes.
Okay.
There we go. On 8 hours of Brands Hatch, that was a World Championship race, but that was many years ago as well. So I think Bill Harris is looking good for another win here, mate. He's pushing on very well indeed. He's got a big gap. Look at that battle over Harris. I think that was Ronnie Harris. I'm sure he's going to, you look at the timing beams there, I'm sure he's going to trip the other way round. Oh, pretty much together there. I think we've got a very close battle there for that second place. I think Del Downs is Silvo better stay in the cover for now. Go on, mate.
Well, you say that, of course, Del Downs has only won one race. Other than Dave Twyford, everybody else has only won one race. There's no multiple winners.
Yeah, absolutely. No, Bill Harris is right, joining the losing club. There's a few people not tripping the timing beam there, either at the first sector. So I wonder if we've lost some people as they come across the line then. It is Harris from Harris. There we go. Separated by 8 tenths of a second. Last lap. We go into it. Nobody goes super quick on that lap. Post to Harris is the 16.3, 16.4. Let's see if Roy can overcome his brother Bill. This is going to be a great little scrap all the way to the end. Now, have we lost some bikes? There's a few changes there as well. Ducran and House swap places once again. And there we go. Brandon Wright is disappearing down. I thought somebody might go down the order. That's a great shame for Brandon there as we wait for the leaders to come back into our view up there at Schwantz Curve. Well, I say come into our view, come into a little blurry thing. And is Ronnie getting, I wish this race is going to go on for one more lap, I reckon, or if Ronnie could have gone past a bit earlier, I reckon he'll really take the fight to his brother. I wouldn't be surprised to see a purple coming Ronnie's way in just a moment. Let's wait and see what we see, and it's a green, so it's a personal best, but I don't think it's enough. In fact, Del Downs is not giving up on this one, because he actually goes quicker into the sector than Ronnie Harris, so far from chasing his brother. I think Ronnie Harris is going to struggle to stay exactly where he is. Bit of chatter on the radio there. Have we lost somebody else apart from the 888 machine of Wright? Can't see anything. Waiting for the leaders to come into the chicane here. Here they come into and out of the chicane, and it's going to be Bill Harris who becomes only the second person to win more than one race. Sure enough, Ronnie Harris gets the fastest lap of the race, a little bit too late. He comes across the line just ahead of Del Downs. Then it's Jack Betters, Mitch Ducran, Steve Costin. Will House, unsurprisingly, takes the Rookie Mini Twins for the umpteenth time this year. Does he claim yet another lap record? I just got to check that. 17.277. When he went quicker early.
17.081
17.0, yeah, that's all right. So no problems at all. We'll add that to his list of remarkable achievements. So 2 lap records in the day, and we're not going to give him Rookie of the Day because he's had it too many times this year already. It just gets monotonous giving him the same trophy all the time.